welcome to Hoops Junction. Today we're answering the question, is LeBron James a coach killer? Now recently, with the issues of David Blatt, everybody felt like LeBron James was the key contributing factor to getting David Blatt fired. LeBron went on record saying that he had nothing to do with it. He never knew nothing about it. He was shocked when they called him and they told him that he was fired on his off day. So right off the bat, everybody knows that LeBron is lying about the whole, he didn't know what was going to happen, and, he had no knowledge privy to it. Pretty much they run everything by LeBron James, period. Even the whole Kevin Love trade, he came out and spoke about it, and he pretty much forced the organization to go ahead and trade Wiggins and another player just so they could go ahead and get Love. So for him to say that he's just another guy and he didn't know anything about it is completely false, especially when he's the franchise player. He's the most important player, and besides Jim Brown, I would say LeBron James is probably like the most important player in Cleveland, Ohio history. So that being said, he was privy to all the information. Now there's even more information. So like they say, when it rains, it pours, and for the king, this kind of rain is not the one that he wants. A minority order of the Miami Heat, Ranan Katz, said that LeBron pushed for Eric Spoelstra to be fired. Now, although he has some kind of affiliation with the Tel Aviv, which is a production company for Israel basketball, which David Blatt coached for, there has to be something to be said about that, because the way I look at it is he's a minority owner of the Miami Heat. Okay, minority owner. He was there when LeBron James got the 4 NBA Finals and 2 championships. So although it is convenient for him to say, well, LeBron did push for Eric Spoelstra to get fired, there has to be some kind of truth in that, because LeBron helped him get 2 chips. So as an organization, helped him get 2 chips, help him advance his business. So why would he say anything negative about LeBron? So right then and there is some kind of truth to that. There has to be something, and we all remember this. We all remember that first year when Eric Spoelstra was coaching, everybody was saying that Pat Riley should come down. Pat Riley should come down, and the team. If you remember that first year, the first year they were together, there was this big team meeting, and Eric Spoelstra and LeBron James, they just had it out. They put everything on the table. They're like, I'm a man, you're a man, this is how we're going to approach everything. But before then, you could please believe that LeBron was saying, get this guy out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know D-Wade, this is Miami or whatever, but let's get this guy out of here. But answering the question, is LeBron a coach killer? Well, we never thought he was, but now he's showing glimpses of it. Brian Windhorst went on to say that LeBron James is not a coach killer, he just undermined it. Which is the same thing. If you undermine somebody, you're killing everything that they're doing. So you are a killer. So he is a coach killer in that regard. So, and Brian Windhorst is so far up LeBron's, he's been brown-nosing with LeBron so bad, and just because they're from the same state, he feels like he's the LeBronologist. Okay, there we go. That's a good word, LeBronologist. He's been studying LeBron mannerisms, everything, his people. So sometimes he won't just call a spade a spade. When I see what was going on in Cleveland this year and this past year, and when I've seen what has gone on with teams that LeBron has been on, I've seen a trend where pretty much the teams always acquiesce to his role, to what he wants. And he always makes what he wants vocal. Very loud and vocal, to the point where it can undermine the coaches and it can kill their momentum, kill their mojo. So in that regard, he is a coach killer. The thing is, he's trying to be slick when he shouldn't try to be. When they asked him the whole thing about Ranan Katz, he said, I never met the guy, who was his role with the team. If he's the minority owner, he was signing your check, buddy. So damn right you know who the hell he was. You know what I'm saying? You definitely know that I can't even remember their names right now, but the owners of the Miami Heat said, hey, we have a minority owner here, sign a few shoes. You've met the guy before. You can't say you haven't met him before. You know what I'm saying? That's like the CEO of the company saying, "I never met the president of a company." Like, it doesn't happen. It never happens. You will brush shoulders at some point in time. So the more and more that the comes out about David Blatt getting fired and him pushing for Eric Spoelstra to get fired, and even if you even think about during the Mike Brown days, when LeBron was saying that he wasn't going to come back or he didn't know, whatever the case was, Mike Brown was fired in an effort to keep LeBron. But I guess that effort wasn't good enough because that's why it made him go to Miami. But right now, LeBron is in a catch-22. If I were him, I would just keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to say anything. You know, I'm not going to let anybody be the wiser or anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to say, you guys keep asking me these questions. You know, they fired him. I'm not the owner of the team. You talk to the owner. You talk to the GM. That's that. Don't answer any more questions. Don't answer anything about Eric Spoelstra. Don't answer anything about David Blatt. Don't do any more, because what we're seeing with LeBron is this. LeBron is human, ladies and gentlemen. And he has a lot of responsibility. He has a lot of power. And they say with power comes a lot of responsibility. And LeBron is not really being 100% responsible with his power, because he's getting coaches fired, he's getting players traded, he's getting what he wants, but he just doesn't want to admit to anyone. He's like, okay, yeah, it was me. Yeah, I got this guy here. Yeah, I brought this guy here. No, I don't want to run this play. I told him not to run it. You know what I'm saying? So he needs to just learn to just keep quiet. You know, if you're going to play the employee role, play the employee role to the fullest. Don't come out and start talking smack about, you didn't like this play, you didn't like that play. Don't do that. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, I am a fixture in this organization and I want to talk and I want to say my opinions and I got high IQ, and then you can't come out on the other end and say, well, I'm just an employee, I don't know anything. You can't do both. You got to pick one side and just play it. So if you're going to play the high side where, you know, you're involved and you want this for the team, you want to bring a championship, just stay on that side to the max. Say, you know, like, me and him didn't agree, and, you know, the owners made a decision, and that's that. And that's all. You just, you know, if you're not going to be honest, don't lie, because you're a bad liar. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like, how you can lie to the media like that. I mean, he's talking, they're asking him about round-on cats, whatever, and he's just like this. I never met the guy before, you know, I don't even know what his role is. He's not even looking anybody in the eye. It's just like, it's like, dude, we all know you're lying, man. It's okay. It's all right. It's quite all right, man. I have no issue. Hey, I have no issue. See, my thing is this. I don't care if somebody, okay, I do care if somebody gets fired, but I don't care if somebody gets fired and the person that got him fired said, you know what? Me and him, we had it out. It wasn't working. So, I dropped a dime on him. I was like, you know, I don't want him to be here no more. I have no problem with you telling the truth. What I hate is just like all this beating around the bush, and, you know, now there were talks about if Kevin Love is going to get traded. But you know where that comes from. It's coming from LeBron's desires. There's even talks about trading Kyrie Irving for Chris Paul. So, you know, that's another LeBron desire. LeBron would love to play with Chris Paul. He said it before plenty of times. So, I mean, these are things that we all know come from the source. There's one source. One source. And that is from LeBron James. Because if you think about it, David Griffin is not that brilliant of a GM, in my opinion. The reason I say this is because he's bringing in all these pieces that LeBron wants to play with instead of bringing in pieces that LeBron needs. Like, there were certain things that they could have done. You know, they could have brought in David West. They could have brought in a better backup point guard. They could have secured their bench by not having a whole bunch of old guys on it. You know what I'm saying? So they could have done different moves and different pieces. But it's just like they're trying to acquiesce to what LeBron wants. And instead of being honest and everybody saying like, hey, you know, this is what LeBron wanted, this is how he felt about it. You know, we highly considered what LeBron was feeling. Instead of telling the truth, it's, oh, LeBron doesn't run the organization. LeBron's like, I'm just an employee. Now, come on, man. You guys got to stop it, man. You guys got to stop it. Because I guarantee when it's all said and done, LeBron's probably going to own a stake in Cleveland, in the Cleveland Cavaliers. being their franchise player, being their best player they ever had. He's gonna own a stake in it, and you know they're gonna build a statue of him. So we need to stop playing dumb here. So you need to stop playing dumb. We need to just tell the truth. Everybody be honest about what's going on. Even if you don't want to say the entire truth, you could simply say, you know, they fired him. I thought things were going well, but if you can't play both sides, you can't do it, man. But I mean, this is like 3 strikes, man. Because the next thing that happens if Tyronn Lue gets fired this next coming season, we all know who did it. Because I mean, you wanted Spo to get fired, supposedly. You definitely wanted David Blatt to get fired. He got fired. You got your boy Tyronn Lue in there. Now, if he gets fired, yeah, you know, what else is there to be said? So, is he a coach killer in terms of, you know, outright doing it? No, but he's the worst kind. He's worse than a coach killer that's, you know, in your face. He's the sneak. He's going around. He's doing backdoor deals and getting people fired. And that's the worst kind of person. The worst kind of enemy is not the enemy that you know. That's not the worst enemy. The enemy that is your worst kind is the enemy that you don't know. And right now, LeBron James played that for David Blatt. He was the enemy that David Blatt did not know he had. See what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful there. You gotta know your enemies, and you gotta understand that some people that you think you're good with, you might not be as good as you think you are. Just ask David Blatt. Well, this is Vlad from Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.